Hey y'all, I'm going to be 60 years old in 4 years. Wow. So this video is exposure therapy. My greatest fear is being in a position where I can be heavily judged, and my fear has increased exponentially as I've gotten older. Now, don't get me wrong, I love getting older. Oh, by the way, my name is Bree, and I am obsessed with gray hair and everything that has to do with aging, be it fashion, pop culture, grandchildren, traveling, shoes, whatever. But today, I promised my therapist that I was going to make a video. I'm also a late diagnosed ADHD or inattentive type. I have created and abandoned about 5-6 YouTube channels. I am hoping, because the gray hair and aging umbrella is so broad, that will not be the case because of my obsession with gray hair. So welcome and follow this journey as I move past my fears. I'm doing it scared, and we learn about aging and all things that has to do with aging, including our fears. We're going to learn it together. So my obsession with gray hair started in my 20s. I just noticed that gray hair really makes our melanin pop. It does something for our skin. Additionally, I noticed currently respect. I like being called ma'am. I know there's a lot of people who take offense at being called ma'am, sir. Not me, honey. I've earned every last one of these gray hairs. So saying ma'am, especially when you don't know my name, ma'am to me is the same title as being addressed as queen. Yes, I am a ma'am, and thank you for seeing me as such. My obsession continued into my 30s. Hold on, my wife is calling. A whole day has passed by since that earlier that earlier recording. So by the time that call came in, she's a chatterbox, so she's a priority. Anywho, I am Bree. I'm black. I'm proud. I am lesbianese. I'm a daughter, mother, grandmother, wife, photographer, ADHDer, deaf doula. I'm a case manager for people who were formerly chronically homeless. And I represent area code 313 to the fullest. So again, as I spoke and said earlier, this is my exposure therapy. I have therapy every Tuesday evening, and it's something that I look forward to. And I'm definitely an advocate and proponent of mental health awareness, healing from childhood trauma. I also have a podcast called Trauma from Your Mama, and it's not about shitting on our parents, but it's exploring, acknowledging the trauma that we've endured, survived, and promote mental healing. I'm 56 years old, and I am still healing from childhood trauma. So this video is only meant to be as an introduction. I am going to do my best to upload videos. I'm going to commit to once a week with the goal of 2 to 3 times a week. I hope that we can explore our journeys together, because we are so underestimated because we're aging, we have gray hair and we're a little bit slower than we used to be. But I am here to dash the stereotypes and dash the myths. I am going to try new things. I am going to be the epitome of don't let this gray hair fool you, poo. That's the whole point of this. And I hope we get to a place where I can interview you. You can share your story on where you are in your life currently, how you got to be there. I want to hear from you who gained success late in life. I want to hear from you who lived up to expectations, who ultimately followed their dreams. I want this page to be one of inspiration and motivation, healing, most of all healing. Healing, if you're estranged from family, not all estrangements are revocable, but for those who may have been estranged from kids due to trauma, maybe you were in addiction. I have been sober 26 years. I am an alcoholic. I still have temptations when life get hard. I also struggled in my 20s with wanting to live. I did not want to live. And if I wasn't a mother, I would not be here. Especially, and that's funny that I mentioned that because September is Suicide Awareness Month. Actually, for me, it's suicide awareness every month. But there is an acknowledgement in September. So I encourage, if you can afford it, if you have good insurance, seek healing, take care of your mental health. Otherwise, check out YouTube. Put in your Google your symptoms and then seek help if you can on YouTube. YouTube is a wealth of knowledge. I'm going to end this now and I'm going to pick it up later because it's Friday. I'm in rush hour traffic in the evening. So I am going to stick a pin in it for now, and in a little bit I am going to resume chatting. Obviously, it's the next day. So here I am. Happy Saturday. Again, this is Bree, and this is exposure therapy for me because I have a fear of success, fear of failure, fear of rejection. And after talking to my therapist, one of the best ways for me to overcome those fears is to expose myself. So this account is Don't Let the Gray Hair Fool You, where I will document all things related to aging, but mostly it is to document our successes, because once our gray hair start popping in, people like to count us out. So I will be also doing features on us vintage seasoned people who are making headlines. I will do movie reviews when the protagonist or the antagonist is someone who look like us with the gray hair, the beautiful gray highlights. And I am interested in hearing from you. What would you like me to feature, to talk about, to show? Of course, I'll be talking about fashion. Now, I'm not a fashionista, but I am becoming more cognizant of the way I dress. I didn't really care how I dressed when I was younger. Now I do put a little bit more thought. I don't know if that's age related. I'm not sure what the reason is, but while I do like to dress, I am very much into dressing that is cost effective. So I will talk about Temu. I will talk about Shein. I will talk about looking like $1,000,000 without spending $1,000,000. And who knows, one day I may be able to have that luxurious life, but today ain't it. So let's go for a ride and discover all the wonderful things that is gray. Actually, let's discover all the wonderful things that is great. So again, I'm Bree. I am 56 years old. I am a wife. I am a mother. I have 4 beautiful grandkids. I have 2 dogs, and we're hoping to add another. I'm actually dog sitting a beautiful pit bull right now. And let me see, I love cruises. I am hoping to fly out to Europe somewhere next year. Even I'm really thinking about Japan. I would love to fly to Japan sometime next year and just spend about 10 days. I am a case manager for people who were chronically homeless. And so I help to ensure that the transition between being unhoused and being housed is seamless. I am a death doula, where just as a birth doula is a supportive person on the birth journey, I am a supportive person on the death journey. And I hope that by talking about that, especially being older, we're facing our mortality. And so I would like to talk about things that might be uncomfortable, but it's necessary for us to discuss. Planning your death. Who has the passwords? Should you be unable to make decisions for yourself? Who is going to make those decisions? So, these are very important topics that need to be discussed, but you'll be surprised at how fearful just the word death makes people. And I have to gently remind everybody that none of us are getting out of here alive. What's the saying? Everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die to get there. So we'll talk on topics gently. I would gently address those as it pertains to death. But I also am a proud grandmother, and I want to share some wisdom that I've attained being a grandmother, and how the dynamic changes between you and your child once you become a grandmother, because it does change. And you become more of a person on the sideline, and you just have to trust that what you instilled into your children is enough. And when they need your opinion, they will seek you out. That was one that I had to learn. What else? Go lay down. Sage. Okay. Let me rub my dog. Let me see what else. So I did not create an outline. Okay, here's the other dog. I did not create an outline. So I'm really just flying by the seat of my pants. This is going to be pretty short. My videos are going to be about 20 minutes unless there is a topic that deems it to be longer, because I do know that we are a generation that likes to consume quickly. So in the future, I will have outlines, and I will try to make my point in okay, boy. Okay. Let me let y'all see come here. See who I'm talking to. Hey, Dallas. Hey. He's trying to jump, but he can't. Hey. So, no longer than 30 minutes. I am going to try to make my point concise. I'm going to try to make it clear. And again, so this is while I'm helping myself with exposure therapy. Hopefully, I will help you, and we can grow and go together. And just remember, baby, we're destined for greatness, because why? Don't let this gray hair fool you, poo. So until the next video, bye. Oh, also, You know how people have this like boring lead up and you end up fast forwarding your video? Baby, when you see me on the screen, I'm jumping right into the topic. Okay. And that's to my fellow ADHDers, because I get it. No small talk. All right, my guys, I will talk to you later. This is Bree. Bye.